lots of kids that still, they have kids now, and they still are in contact with me, and I check in with them. And
Well, tell us a little bit about this room.
okay, so this is our Oasis room. It's just a place for kids. It's not home. It's not school. It's just a place to kind of decompress. And they come in, and we have the same expectations. It's a very, very stable room. They have the same expectations every single time that they come in. They practice the same routines. They come in and they check in, and we go by the zones of regulation. So they come in and they identify what zone they're in. Sometimes if they come in, they might say that they're green, and they look really tired. And so I'll remind them, like, okay, just because you are not crazy and hyper, you're not green. You actually look more like you're in the blue zone. So it's helping them recognize their outside does not look like what their inside, or what they're saying their inside is. So they'll come in, and if they are any of these zones, their body is not comfortable. So if you're tired, you're not comfortable. If you're sick, you're not comfortable. You can be happy, because a lot of the kids will come in and say, oh, I'm happy. Well, just because you're happy doesn't mean you're in the green zone. You can be in the yellow zone and be super excited about something, and that's not comfortable. Your body's not comfortable. You're excited. So it's helping them recognize those feelings. And then we come in, if they identify as anything outside of green, I always ask them if they know why they feel. Sometimes they'll come in and they're really, really angry. Do you know why? Yes. Do you want to tell me why? And then we'll kind of talk about it. And is there a way that I can help you get back into the green zone? Sometimes yes, sometimes they say no. But if they say yes, we talk about why they're mad and try to resolve that issue. Then we practice breathing strategies. We have a bunch of different ones here. This is the most popular one, is our breathing ball. They take a big breath and then blow it out through your mouth. So then they flip a timer, and then we have different activities, and I have them labeled because at the end they do a survey, and they put on there their name. They put what zone they were in when they first came in, and then they put what activity they chose to do to help them get back into the green zone. And they do that they do that every single time. So it's very routine in here, which is really helpful.
They can sit in the swing,
Yep.
they can sit on a ball, they can sit at the table, they can sit in the
I have kids
tent.
that just come in and chill. A lot of times they pull up a beanbag chair and they just come and hang out and talk with me.
Have a
And not
snack.
necessarily about anything important, just they like sometimes just to have somebody that's interested in what they have to say. So, and at the end of the year, it's always fun because Mrs. Reif does a survey, and they have to pick what was the most useful thing that they got out of the Oasis. And so far, the Zuzu almost beat me out last year. So far, talking with Miss Jessica is the most helpful strategy.
And
So-
Zuzu's here 3 days a week.
Yes, she's here 3 days a week.
And Zuzu's pictures I've got them all over my door. Where's a picture of Zuzu in here?
Oh, I've got them all over here.
Zuzu!
And then I have all kinds of crazy stuff. I do stickers and bookmarkers and posters with Zuzu.
And she has her snacks, which are donated.
Oh, yes.
And then she has her little refrigerator.
My husband and I, every
With
weekend,
individual
we
snacks.
buy fresh fruit and cheese and yogurts.
She packs it all up for the kids.
And then we come in and restock the refrigerator. So they always have the opportunity to come in and grab a snack. I started doing that because some of our students would come in and they don't ever tell me when it's happening, but they would come in afterwards and be like, oh, I was so glad you had food in here last week because we didn't have any food at home, and I knew that I was going to be able to get food when I came into your room, and you can keep it if you want. And so I started like thinking, okay, I need to have food in here all the time for any kid, because you can't learn with an empty stomach. You don't have fuel for your brain. So
And
I have,
Zuzu attends most of our events, if not all of
Oh,
our
yes.
events, and she makes cards and she makes all kinds of things and passes them out to families and kids at the
just to kind of
events.
entice the kids. So I get a lot of the younger parents that go, oh, this is Zuzu. Okay, we had to come because Zuzu had this that she's passing out tonight. We had to come get this.
brings
So
them to the events.
it gets them to the events, and it's fun for the kids.
I like the nod to Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
She's got all kinds of cards. You'll see
Yeah,
them when you go in my
that-
office. They're all over
we
my
bought,
door.
Zuzu, we purchased her from a breeder in Texas, and my husband and I, our favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life, and her name was actually supposed to be Bijou.
Oh
And
no,
while we
Zuzu is much
happened to watch that the night before we left for Texas, and my husband looks at me and he goes, Zuzu, that's a really cute name. We should throw that in the hat. And then by the time we got to Texas, we looked at her, and as soon as I looked at her, I was like, she's a Zuzu.
Oh yeah.
And
A
so all
Zuzu
of
pedal.
Yes, all of our girls have middle names, and so he's like, what are we gonna call her? And I'm like, Pedal,
Zuzu
of course.
Pedal.
Zuzu Pedal.
Brilliant.